Morning. Hi, Josh. It's Marie, Carol. Hello, hello, hello. Nice to see you all. Janine, Trudy, wonderful. Lovely to have you all. Go ahead in the chat box. Let me know how are you doing. I'm going to give it a couple more minutes as people are coming into the room. We start 8:20 sharp. So let me know in the chat box, how are you doing? Happy Tuesday. Yes. Nice to see you again, Carol. Glad you joined my 60-day challenge. Hi, Esmery. Esmery and Josh, I watched your videos this morning. Brilliant. Guys are rocking it. Love it. And yours, Gemma, from your recording. That is for another course, just for those of you that wondering where's your recording or what recording am I talking about. That's for Speak with Impact with Sales. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm just quickly checking. My phone went a bit crazy this morning of people asking for links. And, okay, everyone's up. No, all good. All good. So welcome to everyone. Some more people coming in. Fantastic. Lovely to have you all. And this is just a welcome, still another minute or two. So I'm just going to give it a couple of minutes while everyone pops in. Let me know if you are new to joining our Accountability Go-Getters Mastermind in the chat box, where you're dialing in from. So welcome. Go ahead and just introduce yourself in the chat box. Quite a few more people still coming in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Still 8:19. Janine, so lovely to see your face again. Hello. Janine and I worked together last year. Awesome. Hi, Sebi. Good morning. All right. Kendall. Fabulous. Sebi, Trudy, Carol. Wonderful. And it is 8:20 on the dot. So all about time. So welcome to everyone. Josh, I'm the Camps Bay. He's the Camps Bay guy, and he's in Camps Bay. So welcome to our Mastermind membership. Morning, Nadine. And this is our Accountability Mastermind for Business Go-Getters. And what this is specifically something that we do every single Tuesday morning. And it's an invite today. And last week, I invited anyone from the outside. So we have a beautiful core group of go-getters. And what we do is we meet every single Tuesday morning for 30 minutes. And it's specifically staying accountable to what we are doing weekly to help us build our business. So welcome to everyone. I see Gemma from the UK. Awesome. Good morning. I'm here. I'm in Cape Town today, and you're new here. Yes. Hi, Sheila. Nice to see you. Let me know how long you're in Cape Town for. Welcome to Lillian. Welcome to Paige, who's also just joined. So I'm going to take you, hi, Jeanette. So we've got some of our masterminders that I've been with for, that have been working with me since November last year when we've launched this, plus a lot of invites today as well. Just making sure we're in record. This is a 30-minute session that we do every single Tuesday morning. And today's an intro session so everyone can see. I am going to share what we do with you as well, but specifically and importantly, introductions. So those of you, again, if you haven't yet introduced yourself, go ahead in the chat box and introduce yourself. One of the things we love to do, this is for all different industries, because training, leadership, training, speaking, I do a lot of recruiting, talent training. I do quite a few different public speaking training. And what I find, accountability, every single person, irrespective of the business you're in, feels the same, that sometimes we feel alone. We feel like it's so great having someone to reach out with. Specifically, if you're an entrepreneur or you work in an office, it's just really nice to be in a group of like-minded people. So again, in the chat box, please go ahead, introduce yourself. We've become a little bit of a networking group as well, whereby it doesn't matter what industry you're in, we're here to support, get to know, like, and trust you. And that's the beauty of what this is. So I know a lot of you have already introduced yourself. Kendall from Brackenfell in Cape Town. We've got Ashil in Cape Town, Gemma from the UK, Josh from Camps Bay, Esmery in Melkbos. We got Jenny from... Somebody is unmuted. That's very weird because I thought I'd muted everyone. All right, so we've got Peter coming in. Oh, it's Janice. There we go. Janice, we got you. We got Peter from Durban, Nadine, who does branding. So let us know, what is it that you do, where you're dialing in from, and wonderful to have you here. Because it's a jam-packed session, we stay on track. We use the chat box a lot. If it's a small group, everybody gets the opportunity to speak, but we like to stay on track. And the first thing that we do is celebrate any check-ins and wins. Now, the beauty of this is that we keep our mind in a positive focus on what has happened over the course of the week so that we can consistently focus on positives. So in the chat box, let me know who's had a check-in, who'd like to check in or a win. Your cat was climbing up your leg, no worry, Janice. All right, so Lillian in Cape Town, let me know any check-ins or wins, anything that happened over the last week. It doesn't necessarily mean that you closed the sale. It could mean that you did 50 cold calls, which helped you gain another evaluation or a potential client. I did 3 quotes this week. That for me was a massive one. Yes, when they close, it's going to be another one, but it's still having the opportunity to do quotes, which is fantastic. So go ahead, let me know any check-ins, any wins. All right, so we have Janice Nightingale from EXP Real Estate, from Nightingale Real Estate, powered by EXP. And good morning, all. I have 2 professions, and rest assured, 110% on both. I'm a broker, short-term for 35 years now, and advertising and promotional gifts, a family business of 50 years, and lives in Tableview. Yes, 2 blocks away from me. Jeanette from Krugersdorp, Gauteng in real estate. Thank you. 2 new businesses on short term. Fabulous. Gemma, I sell ceramic coatings to super yachts and a range of products. When last week is getting our range into chandelier in the UK. Brilliant, Gemma. Awesome. I love that. I got 2 appointments, which came from a cold caller, which for me was a big win. Fantastic, Josh. That's amazing. Lillian, I'm in procurement, retired now, and starting my own consulting company. That's an incredible win because there is so much we can all learn from you. Fabulous. And that's exactly what we want to share. We want to share our check-ins. We want to share our wins. I'm going to share one of my wins. I got booked for 2 speaking gigs, one in Johannesburg and one in Cape Town. In fact, the lady that booked me said, do you know anybody in Joburg? And I said, yes, me. It's only a plane away. Of course I can do it. So I've got both speaking gigs, super excited by that. All my speakers that I've currently trained are mostly in the Western Cape and international. So awesome. All right, let's see some more. I got a small order from a random American client. Well done, Esmarie. Peter from Meridian Realty, real estate agent, property practitioner based in Umhlanga. I have experiential approach to property. You buy lifestyle, not bricks and mortar. Thank you so much, Peter. I have a possible buyer coming to view this afternoon. Fabulous, Jeanette. A win. I handed over property inspections over to a rental inspection company this coming week alone. I have bought myself 8 hours. Massive, massive win. So love, love, love. So that's exactly how we start. We start with the introduction and we start with wins. The next thing that we always focus on as well is celebrating each other's breakthroughs and progress. But sometimes when you feel like you've had a really crappy week, it's nice to see what other people have done and know that we can achieve it too. And together we achieve more. The next part we always do is goals and accountability. We set ourselves a weekly goal. We share it on the screen. So it's not about comparison. It's all about focusing on that one thing that you set for yourself and how we can stay in touch of that on our goals. And this helps us keep accountable and we grow forward together. And it's the truth, it's 95% of the time you will achieve your goal when you share it with others. So if you were at our accountability session last week, your name would be up on the screen. If you weren't, think of one goal that you set for yourself in the last week. Just one goal. Think of one goal that you set for yourself in the last week. And for those who shared, here's the goal that they shared right here. So it's all different goals. But in the chat box, whether your name's up on the screen or not, let me know in the chat box if you think of one goal you set for yourself last week. How did you do with that goal? So you either achieved, not achieved, or it's work in progress. Just let me know in the chat box. Achieved, not achieved, work in progress. All right. Oh, I see Khada there. You had your mom's 80th on Saturday. Absolute blast. She was in 7th heaven. Awesome. Closed one deal. Waiting for the second to close. Fabulous, Khada. Did 10 reels, listed 3 properties and secured a development, 22 luxury townhouses and 6 apartments. Fabulous, Peter. In progress, achieved, work in progress, done. So achieved, work in progress, work in progress. Let me know, how did you do? My goal for last week to start journaling, in progress, fabulous. And then just think about that goal that you set for yourself and where you are with that specific goal. How are you feeling about that right here, right now? Now, often what happens is we share one goal and then we think, well, I didn't do that, but I did 10 other things. That's okay. How are you feeling right now? Yay, well done, Peter. Listings, yes, no rentals, promotion, work in progress, social media. Thanks for your support, my pleasure. How are you feeling about where you're at? One word, right here, right now. And again, it's your feeling. Feeling lekker, excitement, feeling good, feeling good. How are you feeling right now? Fantastic. Still overwhelmed, feeling proud, very excited. One word. I feel like the momentum has shifted in the right direction. Yes, Josh. Got to start saying yes, not no. Fantastic. Love that mind shift. Inspired and motivated. And sometimes what happens is we feel overwhelmed or we feel tired or we feel miserable. And the rest of the group helps lift each other up. And that's the beauty of it. Now, feeling that feeling and feeling where you are, I'd love you in the chat box to write, what is your one goal you want to do for next week? This time next week. So in our 30-minute session, this time next week, what is that one goal you want to do for next week? So if you are on the board and you wanted to do it, what's that one goal you want to do for this time next week? Just let me know in the chat box. Okay, same. Fabulous. Let me know. I want to see everyone's goal because some people I know couldn't make it this morning, but I already messaged them yesterday and going, you said this, how are you doing with that? What is your one goal for this time next week? Okay, same, send 250 WhatsApp outreach messages, complete my website, sign one short term, sign one promotional client, fabulous, working on a new quote, awesome, get another meeting set up with another chandlery, awesome. And now that you got one, it's just so much easier, Gemma. List at least 4 properties, must close that second deal, fantastic, virtual assistant to hand over more, fabulous. Janice, did you reach out to Michelle? I know some people, and again, said that they were really struggling with admin. I shared a person who's an admin assistant. I know Esmerie's already reached out and making a world of difference. Sign the OTP, get to know the EXP system, get more buyers, 2 new listings, 1 property sold. Fabulous. And the one question I always ask, is there anything that's going to stop you? For those of you that haven't filled in, please go ahead and fill it in as well. Is there anything that can stop you? And this is simply staying on track with accountability. So we start off with introductions. We then go into check-ins and wins. We then go into our goals and accountability. But it's just focusing on staying on track. So what is your one thing for next week? And then this is the fun part. Well, I think all of it's quite fun. But then we start staying on track on what needs doing. So often what we do when we hear somebody's feeling overwhelmed, when we hear somebody stuck, we do a little bit of a skill share or training where we dive into skill sharing. Otherwise, I bring in an expert, but that's just to keep us on top of what needs doing. So as we discover as a collective group things that we need, we've added on a bonus training session once a month. Otherwise, in the group, we also focus on that. If it's a full hour, 90-minute session, it goes an extra bonus session for everyone in Go Getters. I also sell seats for those of you not part of Go Getters. But more importantly, it's helping you grow in your business. And it's about how can we help each other and lift each other up. So last week, I did a training session on how to handle challenging clients using a 6-step process called the BLAST principle. I had over 30 people come to that course, and so many people asked me to redo it because they want to send more staff. So I'm actually doing another session again, Friday, the 6th of June at 9 o'clock. Again, anybody part of Mastermind, this is free for you. And honestly, this course value is 1,997. So I'm just doing an intro special at 197 Rand. These are tools and skills that I've spent hundreds and hundreds on learning my best customer service skills, having worked with Woolworths for 14 years. So this is just our training calendar as well. What I also love to do is a challenge and a hot seat. Now, when somebody says I'm feeling overwhelmed, or somebody needs support with value or pricing, or somebody needs assistance where they are in the business, this is where the magic happens, where one person can share how they're currently feeling. Because if one of us is feeling this way, we'll find more than one person would be feeling, and they've just had the opportunity to share. And this is where we dive deep. You know, we come together, we ask questions, we help each other, we brainstorm it together, and this gives us fresh perspectives and solutions. So we do a challenge and a hot seat almost every single week, helping each other get through something that is holding us back. So just coming back, looking at, you know, a couple of more goals that you set for yourself. I see here, schedule and plan my days, add study to each day. Love it. Myself is a control freak. Rationalize social media, start YouTube channel. Yes, Peter, fabulous. Peter, did you consider? No. All right. So again, we help each other. So what I do want to ask you in the hot seat, and I really want you to think about this. What have you been avoiding that you know would grow your business? What is that one thing you've been avoiding that would help you grow your business? So in the chat box, let me know. What is that one thing you're avoiding right now that you know could help you grow your business? Employing additional staff, okay? Okay, not so much avoiding, but getting out of the office, need to network much more. All right. And for you, I mean, for those of you thinking about networking, how many of you do network? Because that's about creating time for networking. When you network, you're working on your business, not in your business. So just on that, when we think about networking, we can get stuck in attending too many networking functions. And then we don't have time working in our business. So one of the things, as a compulsive networker myself, I belong to 5 networking groups. I'm only allowed to time block time, because it's generally 3 hours a time, twice a month. So you choose your networking function strategically, and you make it intentional when you go to this networking functions. What is your goal? It's not a lekker kuier. Hugs and kisses is always great, but can you get 1 new client? Okay, and which 5 people could you connect with someone else? Very, very important. All right, Janice needs more staff. Create proper SOPs to streamline my workflows. Fabulous. Business, reaching out to other small businesses. Janine, fantastic. Being more proactive. Okay, so Kendall, I want to know, what does that mean? So you can say that's your one thing you're avoiding. So if you choose, say, being more proactive, and I know earlier you spoke about time blocking and study time, what is that one thing you can do that will help you in your business? What's that one thing you can focus on being more proactive? Not avoiding having to get done on social media. All right. So again, can you time block an hour a day, Jeanette, to help you focus on social media? Haida, to even if selling is not going well, to keep on listing 100%. Okay, keep building up. Fabulous. What else? What is that one thing you're avoiding, you know, that can help you grow your business? Now, I know sometimes what I avoid is technology, because I feel like it's not my one thing. Okay, I get stuck in technology. What could take somebody 5 minutes will take me an hour. But yet I know once I learn it, I could also get down to 5 minutes. So that is also incredibly important. Okay, following up every day, even if it's just checking in. Fantastic. Working just 1 more hour in the evening, Sebi, and making it intentional as well. Okay, agree. Technology would help me grow hugely. So I think I have shared with you, Claire, my tech lady. She is brilliant. I actually, last night, I was working quite late, working on something with her. And the one thing I said to her, I would not be able to do my business without her. So all of you thinking about growing your business, the one thing that you're stuck in is not recruiting. What is that one person that if you hire that one person is going to change your business? And sometimes what happens there, we immediately go, oh, we've got to pay so much money. You can get virtual assistants. You can get people by the hour. I was speaking to one of my friends yesterday who does the same thing as we do. We meet once a week. We collab to see how we can help each other. She's currently paying someone for so many hours per week. This is what I need. And she gets it done. So what's it one thing you can do? Okay, Lillian also says technology. I've got a brilliant technology lady. She does have a full-time job. She does all my social media. But for me, so many people said when I started my business, your first hire needs to be a PA. And I didn't agree because I can do that personally. I like to make my phone calls. I like to be in control of my admin and where I'm at. So my first hire is doing something I don't love to do, which is technology. Okay, figure out how I can hire PA, how much extra money I need to make per month. Excellent. Right, so looking at that cost, what is the cost of that person you need? And I know what I pay my tech lady is the best money I spend every single month. That's my budget. Best money I spend every single month. I actually pay her monthly with a massive smile on my face because she helps me so much in my business. So start thinking about that. And maybe you don't have an answer right now, but what is that one thing that you could do to help you grow your business? I also want to share with you that, and I shared this with our group last week, just this is our training calendar for June. I will take a screenshot to put it in the Go Getters group as well. But I have a Ask Me Anything session that's on the 2nd of June at 2 o'clock. That means you come, you ask any burning questions you may have. It's not prepared. It's not a training session. You simply ask me about a question where you are. So if you're stuck in business, stuck in leadership, launching a new business, from value to leadership to business-minded to accountability to goals, it's an hour, power hour, where you can come and ask me any question. We then will be doing a delegating effectively, okay, which is on the 13th of June. I know quite a few people said they were stuck on delegation. It is a skill. That's on the 13th of June. It's a 90-minute session. If you are part of the Go Getters Mastermind, it's for free. Anyone else, 297 Rand. And then specifically for the Go Getters, I've said to you, I'm going to help you with admin, streamlining admin, and how to use AI to help you there. That is going to be on the 24th of June. I'm adding a 20-minute session to this particular session because we're going to do it in bite-sized chunks. Otherwise, it gets too overwhelming. So again, this is all for Masterminders. If you would like to join Mastermind, it's 300 Rand per month. So it's a weekly session, 30 minutes, plus you get all this bonus training of Ask Me Anything, one training session a month. And I add little sessions here or there to help you in your business. I do have a May Madness special because my May is a 5-year birthday and it's buy one, get one free. If you do the 6-month option, you get 6 months for free. If you buy a year, you get a year for free. Plus, you still get the bonus 2 months. So it's only 3,000 Rand for a year. Plus, you get a year free, or 6 months, you get 6 months free. So this is the last time. My price is everyone that's currently on the Go Getters. Your price, what I want to share with you now, will freeze at this price forever. Lifelong access. Excuse me for believing in me. When my prices go up, everybody that's been part of Go Getters Mastermind up until the 31st of January's price will stay on 300 Rand per month forever. All right. So this is what happens every single week, 30 minutes every single week. And this is our focus. And I'd love to open up for any questions, any burning questions. We still got some time, any challenges of where you're at. Please either raise your digital hand or go ahead in the chat box and just let me know, how are you feeling about the session? I know a lot of us are my current masterminds, but is there any burning question I can help you with? A lot of people that I've worked with in other parts of my business or currently on a couple of my courses. But are there any burning questions regarding around Go Getters Business Mastermind? Hi, Sheila. Fabulous. Go ahead. You're welcome.
Hi.
If you want to, hi, go ahead.
So Nikki, thank you for this. It's pretty amazing. We've been together for a while, but I've never signed up for any of your training until last week, the blast one.
Yes,
That
awesome.
was amazing. Couldn't attend it, but I have a question regarding that. Would that be okay to ask?
Absolutely.
So in the blast method, how do you respond to people who ghost you? You know, they've reached out for, let me put it in context, for coaching, and then you
Mhm.
contact them, and then you send them information, or you have set up a follow-up meeting, and then they ghost you.
Okay, so Sheila, thank you for that. The two things that come up for me here is often what happens, and everyone can learn from this, because how often do we deal with clients, set up meetings, set up appointments, send out emails, and people ghost? Sometimes there's two things: people ghost, people become busy. So I learned this from a previous coach that I worked with, that often most of us follow up once or twice, and that's it. And then we go, oh, they've ghosted us, and we've let it go. Now, what happens there's two different things. One of them is, it's been a proven rule that it can take 13 follow-ups before somebody says yes. But most of us don't do 13 follow-ups. We immediately just think they've ghosted us. Okay. What I would recommend you do, if you have a CRM system, okay, a customer relation management system, or just an Excel spreadsheet, everybody that I deal with, I'll put them in my spreadsheet. So if I get a phone call, if I get a quote, if I get an inquiry, they go in my spreadsheet. Then I will phone call, write the date. Then I'll put it in an email, write the date. Then I'll do a follow-up email, write the date. Then I still try phone again. Then I'll WhatsApp again, and I break it into weekly bite-sized chunks. I can tell you, the only time I stop, I don't even stop at 13. The only time I stop is when somebody says to me, no. And then I go, just to check, Sheila, is it no forever or just no for now? I am brutal. So if somebody goes, it's no for now, thank you so much. Would you like me to give you a call in a month or 2 months? I'll put it in my calendar. In a month, I will follow up. If somebody says no forever, well, now I know. And I can tell you, I get a few and far in between, but most of them go, it's not you, it's me. We've loved working with you, but we just don't need you anymore. And I'll go, thank you so much. Would you like me to unsubscribe you off my broadcast list or my email list? Or would you like to stay in touch? And I said, no, you can unsubscribe me. We'll let you know when we're ready. Fantastic. I wish you all the best in your future endeavors. And I can't wait to keep watching your social media. Have a fabulous, I don't want to say life because that can come across rude, but have a fabulous, future. Wonderful. Some will, some won't. So what? Who's next? Now, there's a lady that reached out to me who wants to do my public speaking course. And this is exactly my approach. After the 6th message, she sent me a message back and she said, I am so sorry, Nikki. I thank you for keep following up. I'm just so incredibly busy. I haven't had the opportunity to get back to you, but I haven't forgotten you. And yes, I still want to work with you, just not the right time. Fantastic. Can I give you a message in 3 months? Sure. In my calendar, make a note. Straight away, I go to my calendar, make a note, call this person in 3 months. Follow up. So for me, sometimes people aren't ghosting. Sometimes they're just incredibly embarrassed that they haven't answered you. And sometimes life is just so busy. I just want to ask you, how often do you open up your phone to send somebody a message? You go, oh, they messaged me 3 months ago and I forgot to respond. How often does that happen? So for me, that is the one thing. Until somebody gives me a hard no, then I keep going. Okay. So I have had customers. I remember actually a attorney company. I followed up. It took me 13 follow-ups before they said yes to training. Then they booked me for training for 6 months, twice a week. It was like my biggest income earning when I just started my business, but yet it took 13 follow-ups. And actually, I don't say stop at 13. I say, keep going until you get the hard no. And I do sometimes go, yeah, I really don't want to bother you. So if you'd like me to remove you, if you'd like me to stop, just say stop. I'm very happy to do that. If you want me to stop contacting you, just give me a thumbs up. I will immediately stop. And if they say stop, I'll go, thank you for letting me know. Wishing you all the best in your future endeavors. Done. No hard feelings. Okay, that's it. Some will, some won't. So what? Who's next? I hope that helps you and everyone else as well. So
Absolutely brilliant. Thank you.
my pleasure. So yeah, I am quite brutal. I do go on. Can I just share with you that when I was in real estate and I had to recruiting is headhunting. And my job that I had to meet with 10 people per week. I have 2 people that top of mind that wouldn't meet with me. Just every time I phone, no, too busy, no, this. And the one lady actually said to me, she was on the bus stop, and I said, you know what, I drive past your bus stop every day. I'd love to know what your personality is behind your photo. And she said, we live in the same area. I'm sure we'll bump into each other. And I said, well, fun fact, I've been working in this area now for 6 months. We still haven't bumped into each other. So let's just have a coffee and get it over and done with. She signed up to my course in November, and she's just completed one of my courses 6 years later. Okay. Another lady actually decided she will eventually meet with me. And when we sat down at the Woolworths coffee shop, she said, I'm meeting with you on one condition. And I said, sure. She said that after our coffee date, you will leave me alone forever. So I said, okay. We are now best of friends. And every time I see her, I'm like, how's that working out for you? Huh? So ultimately, sometimes it's not that people don't. It's not that people are unkind. It's just that people are busy. If you're coming from value, if you're coming from contribution, if you're coming from a caring heart, and you're not just chasing the money in your bank, people feel that. For me, it's not about when are you going to sign up so I can make money from you. It's about when are you going to sign up so I can help you grow in your business. Work hard, come from value, money will come. Okay. Perfect. Hope that helps everyone as well. Thank you, Josh. Appreciate that. And that's what the Go-Getters Mastermind is all about. I hope for those of you that are new here today, thank you so much. Any suggestions of what kind of messaging to send over the 13 contact points? Short, sweet, to the point. Yeah, that's it. Short, sweet, to the point. Hi, Sheila, checking in. How are you doing? Hi, Sheila, just following up. Do you still want to do my Go-Getters Mastermind? Hi, Sheila. Are there any questions you may have? Hi, Sheila. I just want to let you know, Esmery shared this with me of how it's changed their life. Hi, Sheila. Just thinking about you. We missed you on Mastermind today. Hi, Sheila. It's been 6 weeks since we last spoke. If you had one burning question that could help you get through your current where you're stuck, what would that be? Maybe I can help you with that. Maybe what I can do, number 7. Hi, Sheila. Could I invite you to a Ask Me Anything free session? Come and find out more. Come and get all my answers. See what that would be. Okay, so sometimes it's just the gentle follow-up is not even about money. That's why I do the Ask Me Anything questions, the sessions, because not everyone can afford to work with me one-to-one or even on the go-getters. But if you start with the what needs doing, that's what we can do. Looking for help to start my business plan, please. If there's anyone on this group who's an expert in business planning, please reach out to Lillian. Lillian, I was advised when I started not to have a business plan. I specifically work on goals and baby steps of what needs doing. Now, I'm not saying that's the right way. It depends what you're doing. If you need the business plan for business banking purposes, but if there is anyone, please reach out. Most insightful as always. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Esmery. I need to walk more every day after a major operation. So, Lillian, you're in our 60-day challenge. There we go. You are in our 60-day challenge, so please do join that and focus on that. There we go. Have you tried chatting with ChatGPT? I'm going to be sharing with you some amazing stuff for the go-getters on ChatGPT, because I have now absolutely fallen in love with ChatGPT. She's got my spunky, fun personality. last night, I'm like, hey girl, you're amazing. And I actually shared our conversation with my tech lady, and she's like, my gosh, the two of you are like twins, like having fat conversations. So ChatGPT, if you get it working for you, is brilliant. All right. I'm going to hop off. I've got another session now at 9 o'clock, my Speak with Impact for Sales. Lillian, reach out. Otherwise, see how if somebody else can reach out to you as well. Otherwise, put it in. I know you're part of Mambas. Put it out in the group. I'm sure there's a lady there that can help you with that. I'm trying to think of her name. Diddy. Check with Diddy as well. All right. Thank you so much. If you're interested in joining the Go Getters Mastermind on the buy one, get one free special, please reach out to me. I can do an invoice. Alternatively, just ask me for the link if you just want to go ahead at 300 Rand per month. No strings attached. This is what you see is what you get. Please feel free to join. I want to thank you all for being here. Look forward to seeing my go-getters next week. And anyone else ready to join? Fabulous. Otherwise, look forward to my 13 messages. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Bye.